To those behind this, you don't scare us, but you should be scared of the truth. Because no one gets to endanger our witnesses, my staff, or harass the Senate with impunity. We will not let this slide. We will fight back. Hindi nila mapipigilan ang katotohanan.
This isn't just an attack on my office. This is an attack on truth-telling. Kaya hindi natin hahayaan na takutin nila ang mga witnesses at sindakin nila ang Senado. Kaya sa mga nasa likod ng video na ito, you have crossed a line. Sobra na kayo. Dahil doon, I have consulted with my legal team, and on Wednesday, we will file a complaint before the NBI and seek their assistance in investigating the people responsible for this video and those systematically circulating it in their disinformation networks. This is only step one, and we will take further decisive action, including the filing of criminal complaints. Para sa mga testigo at biktima at para sa Senado, maniningil kami ng hustisya. Now, last week, I promised na ilalabas namin ang mga ebidensya na patunay na nagsisinungaling siya. Si Michael ang paulit-ulit na lumapit sa aking opisina. Hindi siya tinakot, hindi siya pinilit. Siya ang naghabol sa amin para magpahayag ng kanyang panig. Narito ang mga resibo. Noong December 14, 2023, he emailed my office. Sabi niya, quote, "Dati rin po akong worker ni Pastor Quiboloy. Tumiwalag dahil sa pang-aabuso at pananakit. Ngayon lang nagkaroon ng lakas ng loob dahil na rin sa takot. Baka ipapatay ako." Close quote. Taliwas yan sa sinasabi niyang nakumbinsi daw siya na tumestigo para mabayaran. Because we take some time to vet emails, nung pakiramdam niya ay hindi siya pinapansin, he messaged us 2 more times noong December 15, 2023 at January 28, 2024. Nasaan dyan ang pinilit? Muli, siya ang una at paulit-ulit na lumapit. He freely and voluntarily offered his testimony and assistance. Pangalawa, inutusan daw si Michael na idamay at idagdag sa testimonya niya si dating Pangulong Duterte at VP Sara Duterte. Kalimutan na ata ni Michael na sa pinakaunang salaysay na siya mismo ang gumawa at nagbigay sa aking opisina, andoon na ang pangalan ng mga Duterte. Sinulat niya, quote, "Minsan po nagvi-visit doon si former Pres Duterte at VP Sara Duterte," close quote. Siya ang nagbigay at nagsulat niyan. Again, walang pumilit. Siya ang nagkusang loob. No one paid him. No one coerced him. I cannot stress this enough. In fact, on February 7, 2024, he was the one who asked us for money. Quote, "I just want to ask if her office give a financial assistant. I want to buy a new laptop." Close quote. Malinaw ang sagot namin sa kanya. Our office has a strict policy of not providing financial assistance to potential witness and witnesses. He knew that. And yet now, on video, he claims we gave him 1 million pesos. That is a lie. And he knows it. Pati sa detalye ng tinulugan, ang sinungaling niya. Wala akong kondominium na pagmamay-ari. Michael wasn't staying at one place. Inililipat siya sa iba't ibang safe house na inayos katulong ang religious groups at civil society dahil na rin sa sinabi niyang banta sa kanyang buhay. Again, mga kasama, he was moved between safe houses because he was afraid that his life was in danger. This is our system of coordinating witness safety since the Duterte years. Kung may nagbayad kay Michael, di ako magtataka kung KOJC yan. Noong February 22, 2024, umamin si Michael sa aming opisina na kinukumbinsi daw siya ng mga kakilala sa KOJC para mag-recant o bumawi sa hearing. Sumbong niya, quote, "Mag-recant daw ako para mapahiya si Senrisa, especially daw yung mga nakita ko sa mga Duterte. Bibigyan daw ako ng malaking pera, itatago daw ako, at bibigyan ng magaling na abogado," close quote. Yung inaakusa nila na pagbabayad at pagtatanim ng witness, mukhang sila ang gumagawa. So, sino talaga ang may modus? I also want to note na nag-reach out sa amin yung ilang testigo pa sa Kibuloy hearing at sinabi na handa silang patunayan na hindi sila binayaran para tumestigo. Remember that Michael is only one of 14 witnesses na hindi nga siya ang star witness. Michael also claims that I threatened him. Yet, on June 22 and 23, 2025, just this month, just last week, Michael was the one frantically messaging my staff. Sabi niya, quote, "Help me, kinidnap ako at tinatakot ako ng kingdom. Dito ako kinulong sa Glory Mountain. Send rescue now," close quote. We took his messages seriously. We forwarded them to the PNP in Davao for immediate action. At noong kumikilos na ang PNP, biglang lumabas ang video. Bago pa iyan, nakailang mensahe na rin si Michael na hinaharas siya ng ilang hindi kilalang individual pagkatapos ng pagdinig sa Senado. Katulad iyan ng nangyari sa Farmally hearings, kung saan dokumentado namin yung pagsumbong ng witnesses na siya ay tinakot at hinaras ng kampo ng Farmally. Yan ang totoong modus nila. So this is the real pattern here. After testifying in the Senate, witnesses are harassed and threatened, and then suddenly flipped. So let's call this what it is: witness tampering, fake news, psychological warfare. Ang mga kasinungalingan ay insulto sa pagdurusa at tapang ng mga witnesses. Tandaan natin, 14 sila. Mga witnesses na naglahad sa mga abusong ginawa sa kanila ni Kibuloy at ng KOJC. Sinungaling na nga nang haharas pa. Michael exposed people who trusted the Senate with their stories. And these are people who were already afraid. Now they are in danger. Again, yan ang talagang kinagagalit ko. Hindi lang ito paninira. Those responsible for this video crossed a line and they will be held to account. Muli, I have consulted with my legal team and on Wednesday, we will file a complaint with the NBI. We will work with them for a full investigation into the people who created this video and the networks amplifying it. And we're not stopping there. We are preparing criminal complaints. To those behind this, you don't scare us, but you should be scared of the truth. Because no one gets to endanger our witnesses, my staff, or harass the Senate with impunity. We will not let this slide. We will fight back. Hindi nila mapipigilan ang katotohanan.